Goku nor Vegeta. I'm going to take you down.
Alright everyone, JB here, and today we are going to basically be going over whether or not you should be summoning on this banner. So if you did not see the reviews and stuff, I will be leaving the link down below in the description for that as well. Instagram, Discord, if you guys want to check that out as well. We're going to basically be going over is the value of the banner is worth you summoning, you know, and at the same time, I feel like if you're a DT main, then it shouldn't be a question about it or whether or not you're going to summon. But if you're not really looking to main GT, or maybe you know you don't feel like you really need the units, then hey man, you know, just skip over it, wait for part 2, you know, just continue to save up. But me personally, I am going to be summoning tonight when the banners do drop, so make sure you guys are looking out for that video as well. The first thing is first, we're going to look at we're on the kit video, basically the abilities for Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. Now I would go over the new 17 that we got, but the main attraction, if we're being honest here, is Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. So we're just gonna skim through this video just a little bit. I have the audio off, so you won't be hearing Toshi. You know, you won't be hearing him talk in the background. But as always, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy the content you see, leave a like on the video. It's very much appreciated. Now, as we know it, we've been expecting this. Everybody had a guess. Super Saiyan 4's tag. Now, based off, they are a green unit. So basically, Goku is the green unit, then Vegeta is the reverse of that, meaning green would be type advantage against purple, and then blue would be the weakness on Vegeta's side. But on Goku's side, you still have a type advantage over blue. So it's basically reversed. They're tied. Sun Family, Saiyan, GT, Super Saiyan 4, and Vegeta Clan, and they're in the Shadow Dragon Saga. Now, based off their tags, pretty much, you can really make a lot of teams with these guys. You know, you got Saiyan, GT right now. They're basically revamping, rebuilding the whole team, and we've gotten 4 Zenkai, so you can definitely Zenkai buff these guys. Sun Family, we have Beast Gohan, we got Pan, we have Future Gohan, if that's something like a weird setup you want to make. Put Future Gohan in the leader slot, or put these guys in the leader slot. Same thing with as far as Vegeta Clan goes, Vegeta Clan isn't really all that. It's if I'm being honest, Vegeta Clan is really bad for a tag. So this is definitely a buff for them, but this goes a long way for them being revived. So like I said, we're gonna skim through this a little bit. We're gonna skip over look at their Z abilities. Now they do give at max, so this is the max Z ability. So they do give 30% for GT or Saiyan, and it's for striking blast attached. That's good. And then you get an additional 15% for GT's strike defense. So I do like that they do that as well with the units now, where they're giving them one ability and then they're giving them a secondary ability if you build a team pretty much based like the straight team, like GT based. So another thing we'll look at, skim through this a little bit over here. Now I'm gonna abbreviate this best I can. I don't want to make this too long, so I'm gonna abbreviate through this as best as I can. Now Gohan, no, not Gohan, Goku has Goku has blast armor, so does Vegeta on their strike cards, and then for Goku, he's the melee type, so I'm guessing Vegeta's gonna be mainly the ranged, like his attack is mainly gonna be ranged. So they do reduce 30 key, and then you also do get additional buff for strike arts. Now if you watch this video, you should know that Toshi's playing mainly everything, but it doesn't have to be exactly this unit that uses this card to get the additional buff. You can use it on anybody on your team. Now the reducing key, you have blast armor, you get an additional, I'm guessing, we really don't know how much it is because they haven't showed it, but I'm guessing about 20-30% more to your strike arts damage inflicted. which isn't bad at all. You know, that's and it's kind of insane because both these units have blast armor. It's really insane. Now let's look over here. So they have this effect. I'm guessing. So I don't know that if Vegeta has it for both strike and blast, but it seems like you get damage inflicted up for both either one you use. Well, at least for Goku. That's what they're showing off right now. They're showing off Goku. Now, just skim through a little bit. Now listen, I guess you can call this a kit review, some sort, as well as Should You Summon, because like I mentioned, even if you aren't GT main, but if you play PvP like relatively enough, like top 10,000, top 6,000, then you're gonna want to have these units. You know, even though it's not really that many, it's only 2 units and an extreme unit as well. So their green card is an AoE attack, and then you're drawing a strike card. You're restoring key. You're getting 10% health, and then you're getting 30% to special move for 10 timer counts. So imagine if you're constantly like racking up. Imagine if you have 2 blue cards basically, and you hit them back to back. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage, and then you're taking away 1 Dragon Ball on this hit, and then it activates 3 times. So it makes sense for them to limit that, because that'll be overpowering. Now let's go ahead and look over here. Special move arts. He deals massive impact damage, blast armor of course, and then we talked about it. So it looks like so if you pop a green card and you combo this into this, it's kind of the same thing with Beast Gohan. It's 60% to special move, because this is for 3 timer counts, and then the other one for the green card said 10 timer counts. And then you get 30% to damage cut, not bad. What else? And then you notify the enemies. Okay. So you notify the enemies restore health when it reaches 0. Okay, so I see what this is doing. So that basically means endurance. It has nothing to do with revival. You can't really kill anybody off if they have revival, but this card basically kills off endurance. So you love to see it. Love to see it. Now let's look at some unique abilities. Okay, so they get 90% damage inflicted, 50% additional damage inflicted. So recognize that this doesn't say cannot be cancelled, so they haven't revealed it yet, but once they're in game you'll see how many timer counts it says. But that's 140% just for entering the battlefield or whenever you switch your task switch. And you're getting reduced damage by 60%, not bad. Then special move is minus 15. So that'll be it's kind of similar to a little bit to the blue boys. So you'll be having 35 for your special move. So you actually can pop a lot of those. 30% to critical rate, okay, and then you're getting a 40% to sustain damage touch. So that is plus that, and then the other 30% from I think, what was it, the green card? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, the green card. That's a lot. That's 70% damage touch. So that's a lot. Falling effect occur when they enter the battlefield. They're reducing ki and they are restoring ki. So this does, notice how it says all these effects reset when Vegeta switches in. So all this resets. Okay, so let's go ahead and skim through this. Look at the ability 2. Okay, so it's a little bit more right here on ability 1. So when let's see. So when it enters the battlefield and there's a defeated battle member, you're drawing 1 card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Another 20% applies. Okay, so applies upgrade minus 20% to the enemy. Okay, damage cut. So you're taking away damage cut. Okay, then it also implies these effects when a defeated Saiyan or GT member restores health plus 15% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. So you have a defeated battle member. That's 165 damage inflicted. So that's a lot. That is a lot. You know, they are a bit on par with Gohan and that damage inflicted, as far as I can see. And they do. One thing I've noticed, they have a lot of damage sustained cut. So, or sustains damage cut, same thing. So they have a lot of that. Really interesting to see. Let's see, did we skip over it? Yeah, so we're right here. Alright, so he knocks back on strike arts, okay. And every time that he uses a strike arts or blast card, so they take away health restoration for 10 timer counts, and it stats up, it seems. Seals enemies special move arts. Okay, so that's really interesting. Okay, so a little bit more right here. 15% on key recovery. Cancels enemy attribute upgrades. Okay, so if you're hidden, oh, so they take away your debuffs. Because it says upon landing a strike or blast arts, takes away your attribute upgrades, and then you look down here. This occurs when the enemy activates any ultimates, awakened, or rising rush. You're inflicting all enemies with no switching, okay. And then, so basically, you're basically able to tab back in, because normally substitution count is 10 whenever you tag out with a unit. So that's actually really it's really cool. It doesn't say it about it having some sort of like limit, so I'm guessing it's permanent as far as I can see. Okay, so look at their switchability. This is really turning into looking at their kit type of video. But let's review a few more things. Then, you know, we don't want the video to be too long. Now, of course, if you haven't, you know, looked at the actual tab switch units in the game already, basically you don't have a main ability. You have to wait for the gauge to fill up before you can tab switch out. Now, says right here, like I explained earlier, the elements are reversed. So when you switch to Vegeta, you won't be at disadvantage against purple. You'll have the advantage. So it's basically the opposite. Now you'll draw one new card when you switch out. You restore your health by 20%. Okay. Key by 30, and then you're increasing card. So level 2 card draw speed, 15 timer counts. That's not bad at all. Then minus 10 cost for 15 timer counts. Okay. And then you're also nullifying for 10 timer count special card changes if there are 3 battle members on the enemy's team. It's not bad at all. They're looking really good. Kit is looking really good. Okay, so let's look right here. Same thing. So let's go right here. So it looks like they're going over Vegeta. As I explained, Vegeta, it's the same thing for Vegeta. Is just I feel like he's basically, they're just showing the same thing, same effects, you know. Only difference is the kits and stuff on how they work, and you know, it's nothing really too different between him and Goku, except for the element factors, and then this right here for their switch abilities. This is nice though. You're getting card draw speed, you're storing health, then you're drawing a random card, so you don't never know if it's a green card or it could be anything. But should you summon for this, guys? To be honest with you, I don't think, if you don't want to actually use the units, or you don't want to main, you know, the tag, I suggest you don't. But you know, I do suggest that you do summon if you want to keep up with the meta. So say for example, if you don't have Beast Gohan, this is something you might want to summon on, because there's going to be a lot of they're definitely going. I hope they put the blue boys on here, the tag, and then I hope they do put the LF Goku, the Zenkai one we just got. Gogeta should be on here. Hopefully they do that for the future LFs. He should be on here, because these guys can be Zenkai buffed with the new Zenkai that we have for the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and pretty much I feel like they're very valuable. You know, I don't think they can stop Beast Gohan, because he's a powerhouse, but they can definitely slow him down. If you pair these guys alongside the 17, I feel like you can definitely slow down Gohan. So So I think the 17 does get increased damage against some families. So they're trying to push that narrative on reducing the Sun family mains that's in PvP right now. So as far as that goes, you know, don't summon. I mean, if you just want to summon just to have the units, go for it. But if you're not actually going to play with the units, if you're just summoning just because everybody else is summoning, you know, it's totally up to you guys. But what I think is 50-50. If you're going to actually use the units, use the tag GT for it, then yeah, summon. But if you feel like, you know, you're not really going to play with GT like that, I suggest saving and just wait until part 2. Because obviously we're going to generate the banner for part 2, and then we have an ultra right after that for part 3. But always have a blessed day. It's your boy JB. I'm out.